Right guys, welcome back to the Golf Magic YouTube channel. Today you join me at Manning's Heath Golf and Wine Estate, and Willie Woods isn't behind the camera. So things are gonna get pretty weird. Today we are going to be looking at these two new sets of irons, the hero of hollow bodies, the brand new TaylorMade P770s against a new concoction, the TaylorMade P7CBs. Now, I assume a lot of you are asking, what actually is the P7CB? Well, it does replace the P7MC, and the reason why TaylorMade have changed the name from P7MC to P7CB, standing for cavity back, is based on tour feedback and consumer feedback. They noticed that the P7MC was split a little bit too far away from the P770. In 2024, it's all about combo sets. The P7MC was a little bit too much like a blade and lacking in forgiveness, and then jumping up to the P770 is hollow body construction. So the P7CB does offer more forgiveness than the P7MC, yet it still comes in a very compact head. This iron here is forged with 2,000 tons of pressure. That is a lot if you didn't realize, and this is said to produce the best feeling iron in the game. Now, as well as this, it has got precision milled grooves and it has constant CG throughout the set. So you've got increased workability, increased forgiveness, increased feel. A lot of good stuff here. There's a lot of tech behind this iron as well. And actually with the RAC type backplate that you've got here, there's a little bit of tungsten just at the top here. And that is supposed to increase the forgiveness of this club. So if you're comparing this to the P7MC, which we will do in a later video, you're going to notice this iron, despite being quite a short heel to toe length and thin top line, well, it's actually quite forgiving. Now, comparing this to the P770, one of the best hollow body irons in the game, we have now got flighted CG for this iron. Not surprising at all if you look at the P790s, but saying that, it does also have some milled grooves on the face, and they say that this P770 is the best feeling P770 yet for a hollow body iron. One thing I'm noticing between these two sets here is combo sets are now the way forward with these. They're both exactly the same lofts. I want to hit them. You want to see me hit them. Let's hit them. Ah! Oh, I took up one. Here today at Manning's Heath, we are on the Kingfisher course at a par 3, playing about 172 yards or so, but breeze right in my face. So I'm going to put these down because we are going to hit a 7 iron. That's probably not the true yardage, but luckily enough, I have got a GC3 right here, and I've also got some Seed SDX1 golf balls that I'm going to be using. So we're going to get some good numbers here from the ball. As it's photometric, it won't factor in the wind. I am going to hit, oh, just look at these things. One thing that TaylorMade have done very, very well with these two clubs is improve the aesthetics. I don't think the 770s or the 7MCs were bad, but the P7CBs, I've got to stop looking at them. I've got to stop looking at them. But we're going to hit the P770s first, add a little bit of forgiveness in there to begin with because I haven't warmed up, and then move on to the P7CBs. I've been talking about it already. The little RAC feel that they've got in them, very good. That's lovely. Oh. Look at those numbers, 134 mile an hour ball speed with 7,200 spin, PGA Tour average. You could say it's quite high, but not for my swing speed and ball speed. Hollow body, but soft. And if you look at that little flight there, if you just look at there, 187 yards carry, 195 yards total, offline 6 yards, that was 6 yards, 0 yards. That is a really good shot. Let's keep going. So I've hit these before. Hit them at a TaylorMade press trip, and also I've hit them at some previous testing. And one thing I can notice is what TaylorMade have seemed to be doing with their hollow body irons, P770, P790, is making that hollow body a little bit softer. I think if you look at, the first iteration of the P790s, for instance, they were hollow, really hollow, and you knew that. Now, you can tell with the P770s that they are hollow, but there's a little bit more of a softer approach to them, which I think is good because that means the P770s can really appeal to someone off 10, and someone of +3. Oh, it's lovely, but the wind's got it. Get right. A little bit left. Good numbers again. It's keeping it consistent. We're out to the 6,000 to the 7,000 mark. It's getting through the wind quite nicely too. As you can see, that one there is 191 yards, and that is consistent with 134 mile an hour of ball speed again. I would say that'll be slightly higher now of the toe, millimeters. We're not talking about inches. But we've got a 33° 7 iron. That is going 200 yards, 190 yards overall. And I feel like what we're going to see between the 7 and the the 7.9 of the P770 and P7CB is perhaps this will be more explosive in conditions like this. I'm expecting the P7CB to climb up and spin maybe, but I'm guesstimating. What do I know on the Golf Magic channel? Out the toe slightly. I really want to know those numbers. Yeah, so that's climbed up slightly with the wind, but it's slightly out the toe. See if I can show. I mean, it's just slightly there. 7,500 spin. That was a really poor shot, yet we've maintained 130 mile an hour ball speed. I wish I could hit that exact shot with the P7CB to see what happened, but we're noticing not low explosive spin. We're noticing actually more of a tour friendly spin in terms of between 6,000 to 7,000, which is actually pretty optimal for my swing speeds. We're going to change straight over now to the P7CBs, and of course it's only got 180 yards. We're going to keep it in the miss hits for this video because it's really important for people who hit it out the toe, out the heel, or me, hit bloody everywhere. So if we compare these straight up like for like with these two clubs, just looking at them down at address, what I can see straight away is I believe that the P7CB slightly smaller heel to toe length, and it also has a slightly thinner top line. What I find quite interesting though is when I actually take these up and look at the soles are very different. The sole of the P7CB is a lot narrower than the P770. So turf interaction will likely be a little bit different here. Down at address, I must say they are both two lovely clubs. I prefer the P7CB, but it's not a lot in there. And this is what's really good, I think, about this release. The P7MCs to the P770s were quite different. These, looking down at them, combo sets. Do it. Oh, I don't know what that noise was. A little bit shy, perhaps. A little bit on the shy side. So 129 mile an hour ball speed, 183 yards carry with 193 yard total. I loved the feel of that. And perhaps I expected it to go a little bit further, but yes, there is a different feel here. This is a lot softer, and I think everyone's going to like this iron. I think low handicapper will really like this iron. It depends though what irons you want. Do you want them from a 4 to pitching wedge? Do you want the longer irons to the P770s? That's what I'm leaning towards, perhaps a 4, 5, and maybe a 6 in the P770s. I just want to make sure that because the P770 is a hollow body iron, that the yardages between the two wouldn't be too different because it would be slightly more explosive in certain situations. Let's keep going because that was right down the middle. Oh, that was so nice. I pulled it, so sorry, but oh my God, that feel, jeez. So I slightly mishit the other one, but I didn't actually know it, which is actually quite a good thing. 138 mile an hour ball speed. We're going to ignore just the overall carry in total, but then again, I'm wrong here. I pulled it slightly. It's probably going to go slightly lower spin. So that's a 200 yard carry with the P7CB, which is supposed to be the slightly less forgiving model. And I really, really like it. I tell you what, I've used this analogy before when comparing irons, comparing things that feel soft off the face. You know that feeling when you get in a nice warm bath? The P7CBs, these bad boys here, is exactly that. Would I take a bath with these? I don't think that content would be very good for the channel. Let's hit one more. Oh my God, it's slightly on the right side, but these are, show me those numbers. 134, 6,600 spin, 190 yard carry, 199 yard total, a little bit of a fade, which is exactly what I want. The P7CBs is going to appeal to so many golfers who are in that scratch to 6 to 7 category. That's could be pushed higher if you're doing it in a combo set, and of course no golfers' handicaps are the same in terms of you shouldn't use that because that could be a really good ball striker. But let's just have a look at these numbers very quickly. So between the P770 and P7CBs, very similar ball speed, which is good to see. The launch angle very similar as well, with the P770 launching slightly higher, but take it with a pinch of salt over 3 shots. To be honest, all these numbers are actually pretty similar to each other. The spin rate is slightly higher with the P770, but I'll put that down to pilot error rather than anything else. The main difference that I'm noticing so far over those 3 shots is the feel, with a hollow body construction to a fully forged club with 2,000 tons of pressure. This is asking you guys a question now, what would you choose? Combo set, I'm recommending that to anyone here. Let's switch back to the P770s. Oh, I tell you what, though, that was pretty good. Sitting a little Tommy Fleetwood fade or Alex Lodge fade. Onto the right side, I need to know the numbers of that thing. Need to know. Yeah, Oh, okay, so 133 mile an hour ball speed, which is good, really good actually, and that's going for a 187 yard carry. We can see I'm about the 190 yard mark for this 7 iron, with the spin staying really consistent with the P770s, which I love to see from a hollow body construction iron. They've worked so well to do that and make them explosive, but also consistent throughout the set. How do I keep losing the tee? Oh, these irons are so good. Yeah, that feels fast. But yeah, there we go. Put my bolt back in my belt buckle. 137 mile an hour ball speed. I'm noticing these are probably slightly faster, slightly more explosive, and the spin staying really consistent as well. So 191 yard carry, 7,000 spin. Guys, it's just really good numbers overall. I didn't really need to tell you that. And I just feel like slightly more across the face, this ball speed will stay higher. We'll look at that in a second with the table, but I don't think these are really gonna drop that low. So for the clubs where you want that, I mean, you could say all of them, but for the clubs where you are a little bit nervous that you might not strike it very well, such as the longer irons, if you're off, 0 to 6 or 7, then these will be really good because you're still gonna get a consistent feedback, but you're still gonna get that high ball speed, dispersion, and a pretty good feel too. Right, last one. Oh, I've hit them so well. Blocked that one slightly, just got laterally moved a bit too much. I'm talking rubbish. But still on the right side of the green. Yeah, 136 mile an hour ball speed, 6,700 spin, 192 yards. That's a little slight miss hit for me, I think. Well, actually no, that was just a slight push, but the spin stayed consistent. Hasn't flared up to 8,000 or so, which I would think could happen with a shot that is blocked. And I think I'm just on the green on the right side. So forgiving for the P770s. And they're still forgiving the P7CBs, but are they as forgiving? Well, no, but not as much as you'd think. All right, last 3 balls with the P7CBs. Such a nice shot. Wins took it into the stratosphere, so I'm really interested to see what those numbers are. But it doesn't really matter because we've got the GC3 here to tell me that that is, yeah, really nice. 134 mile an hour ball speed. I'm really repeating the same thing over and over because they're such consistent clubs. 188, 6,700 spin, 134. Looks like the P770 is maybe a touch faster at their peak. Lovely. Wind's just pushing it left to get, oh no, it's coming around. There, yeah, okay. 136 mile an hour ball speed. Slightly left, 191 yard carry. The overall dispersion, I feel like, of these 2 irons, I'll show you at the end for the 6 shots each, but it's making it quite difficult to choose in the best way possible, isn't it? They're all really good irons. That's a shame. I blocked that one slightly. I feel like with the P770s, it would be somewhat of a similar result. A little bit right with 129 mile an hour ball speed. So what we're seeing there, ever so slightly, and this is correct in terms of the progression with P770 to P7CB, is I do believe the P7CBs will be lacking a little bit of forgiveness compared to the P770s, but when you compare them to the previous iteration, it's still improved. I didn't have the P7MCs in my bag for a long time because of the exact reason that TaylorMade is saying they weren't very forgiving. I wouldn't have wanted to use a 6 iron or so of a P7MC, happily use a 6 iron of a P7CB. Let's have a look at those numbers now and summarize my thoughts comparing these 2 models. So I think what's good between the averages here is we have had a miss hit in either category, either model with the P770 and the P7CB. So to be honest with you, looking at these numbers overall, you guys can see for yourself, the difference in averages of carry is 0.1 yards, 188.2 to 188.3. Ball speed difference is 0.8 and launch angle difference is 0.5, with the P770 being slightly higher, so I take that with a pinch of salt. Spin rate, equidistant. So we're looking at these as well. The P7CBs weren't offline at all, with the P770s being plus 6.1. What I'm seeing with these 2 iron sets is they're both extremely optimal for myself. And then that means the decision lies with the player as to what they should choose. I do still believe that the P7CBs will, over a long-term test, if you had it in a full set, offer slightly less forgiveness, but this isn't a negative. This is how they're laid up. P7TWMB, P7CB, P770, P790. I would think in some other situations, such as in the rough flyer lies, the P770s would be more explosive, but they've become a little bit closer together now, so that combo sets are really, really good for TaylorMade, and this is what I'm pushing as well. It's cool to see though that these irons are quite similar to each other in these numbers here. I was a little bit worried because of the P7MCs, you know, everyone has a little bit of trauma with those ones because they were quite different, that they would be so far apart that combo sets wouldn't be pushed. What's good with TaylorMade is they've listened to tour feedback and consumer feedback and made sure that, well, these are similar to each other in the overall results. Now, the feel is quite different. The P7CBs, lovely warm bath. P770 is a bit more explosive, like a rocket ship, but with that 33 degrees of loft, it's not going to soar like the P790s. My head now, and your head will be too, thinking, what iron set should you have? And this is where the fun comes in. This is why you should get custom fitted, because I'm looking at it being like, maybe a 4 and 5 iron the P770, and then maybe a 6 iron too, and then 7 to pitching wedge a P7CB. Looking at the flight of those, you can see that actually the P7CB, I would say the P770s actually might be slightly more accurate overall, with the P7CBs being a little bit more left and right. So P770s offer a little bit more forgiveness. So there's a lot to decide. So let me know down in the comments what your guys' thoughts are between the P7CBs and P770s. And we've got a few really good videos coming very soon with these. We've got a custom fitting video, and also I'm gonna take these over to Royal County Down and play 9 holes with them. So if you guys did enjoy this video, leave a like down below. And if you are new to Golf Magic, smash that subscribe button to see more videos like this, comparing the two with the GC3 at Mannings Heath. Plenty more to come. Guys, I'll see you at the next video.